Okay, I think we're live again. Welcome everybody to Minecraft Christmas time. I want to build a log cabin in the snow, and we are listening to what should be royalty-free, copyright-free Christmas music, so it probably sucks and it's probably AI slop. Let me know if any of it is extremely bad, and I'll hit next. Um, I'll see how good I can see the chat and everything. I don't usually live stream, it's been a long time. But I want to build right here. So first thing I'm going to do is just get our stuff ready. I think we're live. I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. I think we're live. I see somebody in chat. Let me see if I can actually get that to show up bigger. I'm having a hard time reading it. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can make the chat window bigger. Sorry, everybody. The chat window is really small, and I'm trying to get it to do a better job. Hello. Let me see if this just stays up if I put it on this window. I don't know if it will. Nope, it doesn't. I'm going to unmaximize Minecraft, see if that'll help. I'm not very savvy with live streaming. So we're going to try this. See if this works okay. All right, there we go. Now I can see everybody. Everyone behave in the chat. Nothing too bad. Running out cube maps in my engine. Well, I hope it's going well. Oh, we cut down the whole forest with that one. Let's see. I think this will be a big enough start, and let's see how it goes. As always, I did not plan ahead at all, so we're going to probably get horribly killed by zombies and blown up by creepers. Well, that's cool. Voxy on a handheld PC. I really want to do Voxy compatibility on all my shaders. I just haven't gotten to it yet. It it's the kind of thing I like. I love Distant Horizons. Okay, we've got like a million spruce logs. I'll put what I don't need in here. Actually, I think I'm gonna run back to the other house and get some coal and stuff. Switch my settings around. What kind of handheld PC are you using? Is it the Steam thing? That might make some interesting floors. I'll take that. Let's see what else we got. All right, back to the cabin spot. Almost got me. Campfire. That'll make a nice fireplace start. So we'll do that. Let's see. Aperture and hardware RT. It's gonna be a while. Are you in the like the dev threads over there for Aperture? Because he's doing cool stuff. It seems kind of like he's jumping around a lot. He just started doing Vulkan stuff, and it looks very, very, very buggy. I don't think that we're gonna have a version to play with for a while. But he's fast at stuff too. Like he'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna mess around with this," and then like next thing you know, he's got something that looks pretty good. Think about the fireplace on this wall. But realistically, I have no idea. Um, I think as soon as there's a build that we can play with that does all that, I'm gonna mess around with it. And as far as porting over the stuff, I'll probably start a fresh shader, and then once I get a hang of it, I'll start porting the other stuff. I'm gonna burn in this little cabin down probably. Actually, I'll just make an iron axe. The hardware RT stuff is interesting too because um, there's a lot to it. Like he wants to port over like all of the NVIDIA stuff, which includes like built-in path tracing functions and stuff, which I have no idea how those will compare. Yeah, but it's gonna be really interesting to see and to find out. So what kind of door do I have? I don't have any doors yet. Yeah, DLSS is going to be a big win for everybody. Um, because like if you shrink the window size down, that pretty much just multiplies your FPS, and so doing DLSS will do that. Like that'll be the biggest improvement, I think. Like even possibly better than having the hardware RT, because it'll make even like the software RT just run so much faster. I'm gonna get some more rock for the fireplace. This one doesn't quite seem to have the vibe I want out of Christmas music. Let's go next. There we go. I want that bouncy stuff. Where's my... Yeah, its aperture is like the Iris 2.0, and what IMS wants to do is do pretty much everything in Vulkan, so we get all the modern stuff, and that would include like DLSS, hardware ray tracing, like hardware path tracing even, because pretty much right now all ray tracing shaders in Minecraft, like in Java and Iris, do like custom um, ray tracing, where it doesn't use the hardware that's made for ray tracing. Why is the bitrate so low? I have no idea. I'm streaming in OBS, and I usually don't live stream, so there might be a setting I missed. The aperture stuff, I don't think it would change anything about depth of field. That's usually done as like a post process. Um, Maybe someone might leverage. I know some people do like ray trace depth of field. Maybe you could do that faster. I really don't know. I think I'm gonna put stairs for the front. That's not quite what I wanted. Let's see. Maybe it is what I wanted. This cabin is getting really small. I don't know. I kind of like depth of field. I use it sometimes, but nobody else likes it, so I usually turn it off. It is definitely kind of more for cinematic stuff, but I think it's probably more annoying to watch than it is to play with, because if you're the one playing, like you're choosing where to look. I don't have creeper proof yet. Let's make this a little better. You guys are making me want to put depth of field on. I'm gonna put it on. I don't know if my version is good at all. I just where is it? Autofocus depth of field. I remember putting in options to make it more like tilt shift too. Yeah, I like that. It's oops. I usually don't play with a mouse and keyboard, so I'm having a problem right now. Oh no. I'm gonna get killed, everybody. Got a zigzag. Which handheld is it you're using? I'd be really surprised if it would run good at all. It tends to be so heavy. Only ones I know about, I think, is the ROG and the Steam Deck. Do I have any more food? I don't think I can eat a puffer fish. GDP win. I remember hearing about one of those. I was excited about it. 32 gigabyte. Yeah, shaders are fun to work on. They're really addictive to work on. They're one of those things where it's see if it's depth of field. I think that's nice. Um it's probably too much. Like most of my effects, I usually have them too strong. The thing about developing shaders is you're never done. That's the biggest problem with them. Is you always have another idea and there's always some way to make it run better. The times I've tried to do other game dev stuff, there's more of a goal that's like easier to achieve. Anything fun in here? No, no. Yeah, I think I've been doing it for about 2 years. It's a slippery slope because I started off um, just making some textures and then started messing around with shaders. Oh no. I forgot I was so close to death. I gotta find that grave. Collision detection stuff. I don't know too much about them. I know anything voxel based is usually like the fastest way to do things because you just have that inherent like position. You don't have to check bounding boxes really. But then how you trace through voxels can be interesting. Okay, somewhere between here and there is my pile of stuff. Here we go. Iris Tevlek channel is funny. I have a problem with glass rendering to everyone. You know, I had a problem with glass rendering, and what I finally decided to do was just ray trace through it. Sometimes when you do a long-term project, things become just a pile of mess. And when I did software rendering stuff, like for this game project, my first 3D game project I tried to do was software rendering. And on that, I did like an order independent transparency where I just rendered all the voxels. It was on CPU, so you could do whatever you wanted. I just rendered them. Everything was pre-organized to like loop through and draw based on its location. So there was already, everything was in order. And then I just did an order independent transparency to still make it match up in case they weren't. I'm trying to make bread. And then in Iris here, with my ray tracing, I was only keeping what was closest to you and then tracing off of that. So everything behind glass was just black underground. And then that's why I started to just ray trace through it instead. It's not too bad. As long as you think about it beforehand. The problems I have are mostly because I was doing things one way and then I started doing things another way. And when you do that, that's when it becomes a mess. Because like I've got, like in this shader, I've got 3 main styles and going, like there's different optimizations for each of them. So then you've got this whole mess of settings. And at some point, you either have to get rid of some choices and commit to another one, or you end up with like different piles of spaghetti that can run next to each other. What am I doing? Do some more logs. Actually, I want to do windows. That's what I want to do. It's kind of too small for windows, though. I think I need to plant some spruce trees and cut down some more trees. Where did that one go? That was weird. I think I'll expand the house in this direction. That took forever. Yeah, physics sims. I think my favorite parts are, besides graphics, is probably physics and AI stuff. Not AI like neural nets, but AI like enemy AI, like determining how they go. Are we starting to get snow? Nice. This is the moment I've been waiting for, is I want snow on my cabin. Game engine at all time. Yeah, before getting into Minecraft shaders, my main project was, like my dream game was like a Minecraft-ish game, like a voxel-based game with like physics and fully interactable things. But before that, the closest I've gotten to finishing a game is a 2D game that was meant for cell phones. That's a mix of like a puzzle game and kind of like an old Zelda game, like an action adventure dungeon crawler. That one is close to done and is a 2D game. The 3D one, um, I did it's kind of fun. The physics are all multi-threaded on the CPU and they're voxel based, and like the lighting and everything is voxel based too, and all traced on the CPU. Snowy cabin. This is there's exactly what I wanted. Let's see. I'm doing the wrong thing there. Got a snow-covered zombie. I never went back to clean up these snow effects. I remember them being optional for hands and optional for monsters. Okay, now we need a roof. Oh, I didn't plant my trees. Let me plant my trees. I'm gonna turn the snow off for hands and monsters. Let me see if I can remember where I put that. I don't know if programming is more fun than gaming. It's definitely more engaging than most games. If you're a creative person, it's hard to it's been hard for me to kind of balance remembering to actually just game and enjoy games. Especially with Minecraft, once you start working on like shaders or something, you kind of do that more often than you play it. I don't seem to be able to plant these. I guess they need grass. I mean, I probably have more fun with it too, if I'm honest. It's just, it's just, I feel like I kind of get myself stuck to where it's all I do. I want to put a door here so I don't blow myself up when a creeper comes for me in the expanded room. He can't get me. This is perfect. Oh, nope. He found a way up. Get down. We got Christmas zombies. And something about that is just kind of funny. I think the only Christmas zombie game I've ever played is Killing Floor 2. Because when you play at Christmas time, you get all the Christmas zombies. One thing I do have to say about doing shaders for Minecraft versus like doing um, your own engine stuff. I don't know how your engine is, but my stuff was CPU based. So whenever I made a change, I had to recompile everything, and it took minutes. Whereas in Minecraft, you just like press R and it reloads it. So it's really good fast feedback. I should probably make stairs for the roof. What if you don't want me to ask, what kind of material system do you end up using? The only type of PBR stuff I've ever messed with is the Minecraft Lab PBR. So I really don't know like what other standards there are and like what the benefits of them would be. Did I line that up? I did not line that up right. Oh, it should be wider. How's it going? It's going alright. I felt like having a nice chill, build a log cabin in the snow type of day. Oh, who's up here? Oh no, now I'm down with everybody else. I forgot about spiders. It sounds like there's a whole bunch of zombies right there. I feel like this one is an AI Christmas song. I'm gonna swap it. Let's see. Oh, you're another spider. I'm not sure what Unity does. I know the most valuable part of materials to me has been like the roughness, um, like smoothness, roughness, and then you have like the F zero or like reflective something is. Yeah, metallic mapping. That's one of the things I hear people complain about when they're getting used to Minecraft sometimes is that instead of doing metallic it does F zero. Oops. I should probably just make a dirt thing outside. How much dirt do I have? But we can't hear the music. Oh, that sucks. That's most of the vibe is the music. Let me see if OBS says it's picking it up. It might just be really low. It looks like the snow is slowing down. We're getting there. Let's see. That's not quite right. Poor guys, they just want a hug. They just happen to have rabies. Oh, there's babies. I'm glad I'm up here now. I thought I could reach him a minute ago. Now I can't reach him. I guess the sun's out. I won't have to worry about him anymore. No, I didn't check out the inventory sorting mod yet. I will. Look at this guy. He's standing in the doorway. I kind of want to let him stay, but he's just going to bite me when I go in for stuff. Why am I getting, like, burning? Is he nice now? Okay. I do need to get that inventory mod though. I remember having one before. I'm kind of gonna. I want to go and do a whole different mod pack for the new year. So I'll probably put it on there. I'm not sure which version I should be playing on though. I don't know if there's something better than 120.1. There's got to be because I want to do like the new copper stuff and everything and like be up to date. It's a log cabin. It's getting there. Oops, that one's gonna need to be reset. .121.1 and .4. I'll look. I really don't know what to base it off of. When I switched to this, it was originally because this is what had physics mod and Distant Horizons for Iris, and then I just stuck with it all year. I think for my next one, I definitely want to have the new copper stuff, and I want to do Voxy support, so it might be based on what has Voxy. I feel like I'm one of those annoying videos where they build wrong on purpose, but I promise I'm not. Let's see. Yeah, the Voxy thing is I just need to add support. All my shaders for it is a thing. I know once I do one, I'll do them all. It's just I need to sit and actually go through that. And I got all distracted on doing like path tracing stuff this month, so it just kept me from doing anything else on my to-do list. Yeah, you need to multi-thread. What is it? Oopsie. Then your main thread should be doing pretty much nothing, but maybe handling user input. When I did the 3D one, I had the physics would run on their own thread, and the lighting would run on its own thread, like the voxel lighting, just so that it wouldn't slow stuff down. The main thread should really kind of just only be handle input, do what has to happen, and like pass things off to the other stuff. As far as mods, I still miss 119.2 because it had so many animal mods And I had so many good creatures in that world. I loved that world so much. I feel like it might have had more fun structures than this one does too. This one has a lot of structures, but they're all kind of like late game stuff. They expect you to be good at the game and have good gear. I don't. I just like getting distracted and running around. See, I'm doing logs. I'm gonna try to plant these guys again too. See if I can. I can probably plant them where there's birch trees. I think that's the trick I need to do. Multi-threading isn't too bad. I don't know if you've messed with it before. I used to be afraid of it until I started doing it. It's been a while now since I have. Once I started doing shaders, I stopped doing everything else pretty much. Yeah, C++ is what I did. My programming path is not the one most people should take. I didn't have a computer for a long time, so I just learned on my phone using C for Droid. Um, and I remember once I started using certain extra things that just wouldn't give me errors anymore. Like it wouldn't give me bugs; it would just crash. So I had to get really good at debugging on my own, which is probably part of why I like Notepad++ so much. And like this shader is completely written in Notepad++, except for what was written on my phone. I just got used to not having feedback. It was just either it ran or it didn't. Yeah, C++ is great at multi-threading though. You just like set off the children and let them do what they're doing. I love these little mushrooms on the sides of things. I wanted to make textures for those, but I got distracted by something else. For mod pack stuff, I really kind of want to do some different world gen or different, probably different world gen and different, um, whatchamacallit, um, like structures. I at least want to space them out a lot more. Yeah, recompiling sucks. The last project I did was, well, the one I was talking about that was a 3D voxel one was in C++ using it. I used STL2 just to draw it to the screen, but everything was rendered software. So it had those long compile times. Before that, I did, like I said, it was the 2D game I was working on was for phones. So it would have to compile in the, like the IDE, and then you'd have to like send it to your phone and play it on your phone because doing it in an emulator just kind of sucked. Where's the glass? I want to do windows. I'm kind of curious what you do for the cube maps. The um the first version of the shader does just one cube map based on where you are that like refreshes when you look at it. When I'd wanted to do one with multiple cube maps, my thought was either I'd have to rasterize them or ray trace them, and I was thinking I would ray trace them. Um, that's kind of pretty. And my sky is doing something weird. It's like smearing. I think I want the windows that tall, so I need to make the room taller. Oops, getting shot. Thank you. I think the skies look really good at sunrise and sunset usually, but I kind of want to darken the color of them in the middle of the day. The best skies I had is if I use my old skies and it's a thunderstorm. They were kind of really epic, but the cloud shapes kind of sucked. I wish I had clay. I want to make little pots for plants. Where to place the cube maps? I was It's tricky with Minecraft how to do that because I was trying to think if I would just do like one per like chunk or something or what. But wherever I put them, I'd probably just ray trace them every so many frames, like do one per frame or something like that. The lighting is insane. Thank you. I've been working on it for 2 years. I've been learning in that whole time. I think if I tried again, it wouldn't take me this long to get it to look like this. Tearing and smearing. Some of that might be compression, but there is definitely some temporal accumulation as well. If there's tearing, it's probably the video compression. I play on Fabric. This mod pack is, I guess I can put it in the description later. If you look at any of my other videos, that there's a link to the mod pack that I play with, and then it just has a different version of the Patrick's resource pack that's more high def, and it has I think Physics Mod Pro, and these are the shaders I'm working on. Yeah, oops, or however to say your name. I would definitely make the systems as versatile as you can and as abstracted as you can without killing your performance so you can change all that stuff. I fought a lot with C++ with trying to be really, really optimized, and because of that, not abstracting stuff as much. Because, like, I remember a lot of things, like, if you just kept it closer to the metal, you'd get a lot more FPS. Um, but as much as you can keep that layer of separation, it lets you be able to change all that stuff more. And if you can change that stuff easier with just like a variable, it makes your life so much easier. I want it to snow again, but I don't have cheats on this world. I really don't know why the stars are streaking either. I think it's related to running it at a lower resolution when I shrunk the window, but it's still a bug. Modern Minecraft is updating the rendering engine. It is the Iris dev. IMS is working on Iris 2.0, which is his dev versions are mostly Vulkan now, and he's trying to do stuff like hardware ray tracing. Um, but it's that stuff probably won't be all ready for like a year. I don't know. As soon as it's more like stable, I'm gonna start messing around with it. I want bookshelves in here and a bed. I need to go get some stuff. I think I have enough leather to make some bookshelves so I can go raid some from the town. What else do I have here? Sand, birch stairs. Those will make a chair at least. I need a chair near the fireplace. Let's get like a little sofa over here. If anybody hears the cat, that's Mercy. Hi, Mercy. Yeah, if I did cube maps, what I wanted to do was like people were talking about radiance cascades a lot a few months ago. I kind of wanted to do like I think most games do it, where you have multiple cube maps and you kind of spread out which one you're using. How do I know MC is going to use Vulkan? I don't know if Minecraft itself is, but the guy who writes Iris is working on a Vulkan version of Iris. I know this because I'm in the Discord channels for it. Yeah, the cube maps, I think I wanted to do one for each chunk and then kind of have lower definition ones that you could kind of fall back to, like radiance cascades, like how radiance cascades do. There's a lot I need to redo about the way I do tracing in this. Mostly like for performance. Like I just do like an LOD system where it's got like a bit mask, so it can just trace through. Like for one texture read it has like 32 blocks, and it has like a few layers of those. I don't know what that's called. Reflection probe. Well, reflection probe and cube map are pretty much the same thing. It's just a matter of like when and how you generate them to be refreshed. Oops. I got distracted. Let's see. Because I can plant some berries at the log cabin. I feel like that makes sense. There's leather for making books. I don't know if I can do anything redstone over there. Need some dandelions over. Coal. Ooh, I can make a... No, I probably can't make a bed. I probably don't have enough. I can make a little bit of a fence around the front yard, though. My shader, let's see, does your shader have cube maps? This shader on the lower settings does one cube map just where you are. On most of the settings, I'll take the back. It always has like a layered cube map, and it falls back to it when things go out of the voxel range. So everything within a range of like 128 blocks has voxels and does like tracing, like path tracing, and then outside of that, it traces into a parallax cube map. And I've got layers of that, so like if you go behind something, it still has like sky and stuff like that. Give my berries, lilac. I didn't get the rose bushes. I got distracted. Plant the berries out here. If they'll plant, I don't know if they'll plant. No, I think it needs grass, and there's probably dirt underneath it. Oh, it's deep snow. That's why I can't. Let's see. Does my shader have Chocopic level performance and optimizations? This one does not have the level of performance Chocopic has. It has a lot of optimizations, but most people probably wouldn't think that because it still runs very slow. But there's been at least 10 times I've doubled the FPS. Having something be optimized isn't necessarily obvious from an outside viewpoint. Yeah, when you play with different reflection techniques, pretty much you want to use them all for what they're worth. Like I said, I do the tracing in voxels, and outside of that a cube map, and I do screen space reflection data for what I can. So like if a trace ends up on screen space, you should use that data because it's probably going to be better than what you have otherwise. Oh, I can make frames. I'll hang something up too. I've never played with reshade. That's probably fun. Someone wanted me to make a like a PTGI thing for that. I've just never messed with it. From what I remember, you can, because I used to apply that on some games, you can get the depth map, but I think that's about the only texture you can pull out of it. I don't know if you can do more now. HD 3000 graphics. Try just colored lighting and play it on the fancy preset with a PBR resource pack. I think that's one of the best looks underground you can get for good performance. Like do Patrick's resource pack with just colored lighting on fancy. It doesn't have skies and it doesn't have water, but it does really, really good lighting with PBR. Like you'll think it's doing ray tracing probably, but it should run really good on integrated still. Let's see, I want to make bookcases. I need to make books first. I don't have paper. I can make the bed at least. I'm not sure where I want to put the bed. Plant some of these at the cabin. Besides my shader. Well, man, I haven't played with anything else in a while. I used to play with Bliss and Complementary and Seuss. And then when I started off, I was doing a Chocopic edit. I think man, I just haven't played with any in a while. Ones that I know about that I don't really play with, but I esteem would be Noel's shaders like Shrimple and Arc. He does a lot of cool stuff. He's a really good shader dev. Seuss, of course, is just like the grandfather. Like I've got memories of playing with Seuss, and it ran at like 5 FPS, but I had such a good time, and I felt so just immersed. It was like before I had a graphics card, and Photon has really good clouds. Yeah, the cube maps being expensive is well, I said if you did them, I think you'd have to um kind of stagger out when you update them, and maybe just update the closest one more frequently. What am I here for? I'm looking for paper if I have paper. I've got bamboo, but I don't know if I ever got paper. So there's my little fountain. I like my little fountain. My little lake. I need to get a pet frog in here or one of the axolotls. I don't have paper though. I just have bamboo. So I'm gonna have to go borrow some bookshelves from town. Yeah, I didn't. Like I said, I started this about 2 years ago. I don't know what the scene was like before that, as far as shader dev stuff. I really didn't want to get into it. It's just a slippery slope. At first, I was like just enjoying Minecraft, and then I was like, well, let me. You see these things with all these cool textures, and then you try like the different texture packs and the shaders, and then I was like, well, I want to make some more and just make it better. And then you start messing around with it, and there's no end to it. I think this is the right one. This is not the right one. This town might also have bookshelves, though. I don't really know this town's layout very well. Oh, I've got a dog here still. The one dog I still have that isn't dead. I need to leave him here where he's safe. There's my horse. I'm gonna see if this town has bookshelves before I go to the other one. Yes, I think depth of field is a nice effect. This building might have something in it. It looks a little bit different. No, it just has a table. Yeah, these guys here are based off of the ones I did in Pegasus, which I feel like those ones actually look even better. Where's the teleporter? I need the other town. Here we go. This one has the big castle area too. Oh yeah, I locked somebody in there because he was a butthole. Okay, nothing in here. I'm behind on chat. Let me park in here and I'll take a peek. Let's see. Cone tracing. I'm not exactly sure what voxel cone tracing is. Is that like voxel wide tracing, or is it just tracing a cone in voxel space? Here we go, bookshelves. I'm going to take all of these. I'll start at the top. My cabin will never look this good unless I take everything from this cabin. This is such a nice cabin. We got carpet. I'm going to steal this carpet. I don't see the zombie out here. Let's see. Okay, here's my house here. I'm going to sleep here and then go back to the cabin. Yeah, physics mod does the breaking blocks. You can switch how different blocks break. I just haven't set up all of them. I would like to have some furniture in whatever mod pack I do next. What's he doing? He's chilling in the garden. If I have carrots, I don't have carrots. I was gonna say I'm gonna feed my pigs if I have carrots. Okay, I did get the books. 30 books. It probably will never look right on carpet though, the physics mod breaking. I don't think it does anything that would match that. Oh, we've got one orange tree. I didn't realize that. Yeah, but ray tracing translucence, this is actually ray tracing here. Anything you see through water or glass is traced. It can do pretty good. I still need to make some adjustments on it for entities since they're more complicated than just blocks. So right now they're a little buggy sometimes. Your shader's too high end for YouTube live stream to render properly. It's probably my streaming settings. I haven't live streamed in a very long time and I don't really have good settings for it. Usually I play with controller. Today I'm doing keyboard and mouse. It's probably why I usually suck so bad and I haven't died yet much today. I only died once, I think. Because controller, I probably need to up my whatchamacallit, sensitivity. Okay, the log cabin. I think it looks too square. but it's pretty good, I think, so far. Like I want to turn these back into bookshelves. No, I actually might want to turn this interior wall into just being double-sided bookshelves. I think that's a cool look. Another thing I like about controller is you get vibration. Like anything that enhances like immersion, I'm all about it. It's one of the things I actually got disappointed in about Witcher 3 is I got it on sale on PlayStation for like really cheap and loved it. And then once I got a gaming PC, I got it on PC to also play on PC because you could do mods like first person mod, which I highly recommend. If you like Witcher 3, you should play it in first person, except for the fighting. Um, but the controller support on the PS5 had really, really good haptics, like for everything. And then on computer, even if you use the PS5 controller, it's missing a lot of the little touch feedback stuff, which kind of sucks. But still, I play on it just for first person mod. Anything that enhances immersion, it depends. Like I like to get sucked in. The man, that's why the fog stuff I was doing this with like the whole physics simulation stuff, where like waterfalls and dripstone and everything makes water. It's why I really want to finish that stuff. Is I love the way it just pulls you in, and it's why I liked my all my thunder stuff too. Is it just you feel like you're in the world and like stuff is happening. Let's see, I only have 6 carpet. I'll put some right here. Put some in here. Or particles, fog visuals. I mean, I try to balance performance some, but yeah, I feel like the reason like we play games, there's two reasons. One is social and one is immersion. Like you want to feel like you're in that world, you know. Item frame. I don't know what I want to hang up. I feel like I haven't made a dedicated kitchen in this, and I need a dedicated kitchen. Where should I put a painting? Let's see what we get. If it's the big giant one, that'll do. And what about the kitchen? I feel like I can make a little kitchen off of this wall, but it'll darken the room, so maybe I'll just go back. I like which one is it? There's a few that do reverb and like better sounds. I love those. I wish there was something. Well, there probably is. I wish I knew ones that did like little AI changes. And if there's anything that does spiders that have legs, like that guy did that YouTube where he made spiders have legs that like have reverse like kinetics or whatever. Yeah, a lot of shaders do water caustics like underwater. This one has them above water too. I don't think they work on my PT presets, but they work on the other ones. I really need to. I want to put that into the other shaders too because it's really lightweight. So anytime like sunlight or torches or anything hit water, you get the caustics bouncing off and everything. I love that effect. No, I don't want spruce wood. I want planks. This is going to be a very small kitchen because I don't want to build too much extra. Oops, I'm out of wood again. And that needs a door so I don't get creeper blown up. Herds panic. So can you guys hear the Christmas music or you can't hear the Christmas music? I think vanilla shaders are fine. In fact, two of my shaders are vanilla-ish shaders. And I think that they're great, especially for people who want just like a small improvement to the game that can run on their computer. And especially with certain style texture packs, you want a more vanilla looking shader. I prefer like the realistic look. I don't know why, I just do. When I kind of also like doing like cartoon borders and really vanilla-ish sometimes with certain texture packs. I feel like that's a mood you could get in. Cobblestone. I want to I'll build another oven for the kitchen. And I'll do a table in there. And we'll do, I should do white floor for the kitchen. You can't hear the music. Man, that sucks. I'll, um, I'll try to see if I can edit it on later. There's, OBS is supposed to be picking it up. I don't know why it isn't. It says that it is on the equalizer. If I check, I've got, I don't know if you can see if I switch over, but in VLC, I'm playing this Christmas music, which is just from Pixabay. I just downloaded some copyright-free Christmas music so that I wouldn't get issues with the stream. Here, I could have been listening to good Christmas music this whole time instead. I heard the chat. So if you guys can't hear the Christmas music, I recommend putting some on. It's what's sustaining my mood to build a cabin in the snow. Let's see. Background of my mic. No, it says it's picking up on the well, I don't know how it is for you guys, but it in OBS it shows it as like desktop sound. I should make this into tiles. I think I can make tiles out of calcite. I thought you could. Maybe you have to cook it first. Maybe I need a stone cutter. Uh-oh, what happened? You don't hear any game audio. I have headphones, I can't hear it. Well, that sucks. Yeah, it might not be then. It might... It's probably the OBS settings. Let me see if I can... I don't know if I can change that. Audio mixer. It says desktop audio is full. Maybe it's the channels it's going to. Let's see if that does it. Does that bring it in? Maybe that'll bring it in. Hopefully you guys can still hear me and also get music now. Okay, cool. So I was just missing the toggle there. I'm not... It's a Christmas miracle. I went into OBS and where the audio has tracks, I switched the desktop audio to go to track 1 where the mic was. Where's my glass? I want to put a window in here. Turn it down a very little. I'll see if I can. Let's see. Where's my... I turned it down just a little. What am I doing here? I want to put... Looks like it's Santa. You know, you gotta kind of get in the spirit sometimes, you know, you gotta make it fun. All I have is these giant cubes of glass, so that's the kind of window we're gonna get in here. Actually, I can make some more. It's just sand. I have 1 sand. I think you need 6 for glass panes, like 6 glass cubes. I don't remember. Go get some more. You use the vanilla Minecraft launcher. I use a combination of that and Modrinth. I started doing most of my... Like this instance is on the vanilla launcher, so that's what I play this in. I'm in the middle of switching over to Linux. This stream is out of Windows because Linux won't pick up my microphone, and I haven't figured that out yet. That is not sand or glass. Oops. I don't see any sand here either. I guess I've got to go dig. I want more windows. What does multi-MC do that's different than just using like the Modrinth launcher? Linux. I just started Linux this week. I kind of want to, once I get a few more things figured out, make like a noob video, like how to actually use Linux, buy a noob for a noob, because I had to watch and read so many things to get most stuff working. And it's so scary when you're doing stuff you don't understand and you're like, I'm gonna erase everything on my computer by accident. Let's see, I'm gonna hang some stuff in the kitchen here. Need a piece of bread and maybe some flowers. There we go. Perfect. Oh, did that... Guess I can't do that. Oh, that's the wrong type of thing. That's not what I wanted. I mean, those work, but it's not what I wanted. Well, Linux can use the NVIDIA. It worked out of the box, surprisingly. I'm doing Linux Mint with the Cinnamon desktop. It's supposed to be like the easiest to kind of switch over to. And you open this little thing called Driver Manager, and you could just download the NVIDIA drivers too. Of the few games I've tested, they all run the same. I haven't tested many though. There was a few things that wouldn't boot for me, but I need to try other stuff out. There's stuff you have to learn with using Linux. It's not all straightforward, which kind of sucks, but I can't put these there if I do that either. I just don't like the way Windows is less and less privacy and more them like snooping your data and stuff. Carpet. I'm gonna put this one little carpet down in the kitchen too. There we go. I think this is a nice little cozy cabin. I think I did pretty good. I wish it would snow again real quick so I could see the snow all over it. Baslite. I heard about Baslite and I downloaded it, but I couldn't get it to work in the virtual machine. I tested a virtual machine first, and then I did dual boot. I might give it another shot. I'll probably wait until I feel comfortable with this build actually to do anything else. And so this is our cabin. We've got our living room, a fireplace, got a nice cozy bedroom. I've got a little kitchen. More optimized Mint for gaming. I'll look into that then. But I hope everybody's enjoyed the stream. I'm gonna get off here. I need to get some lunch. But I'll do it again sometime. It was kind of fun. Hope everybody has a good day and Merry Christmas. And I hope you enjoyed the Christmas miracle of the music finally working. I'll talk to everybody soon.